Hey everyone, Kyle once again, and welcome back to another anime review for Anime Month. And this time, reviewing another, definitely another deliberately fan service anime. But I guess I'll say I still had some bit of fun with it. To be honest. If anyone's interested, watching one about ninja girls, or in the show called shinobis. It was funny whenever they mention the word shinobi, it just reminds me of the old Sega Genesis game Revenge of Shinobi. You know, the one that we played with the first Sonic game, Streets of Rage, Golden Axe. There was another one called Revenge of Shinobi. So whenever I hear the word shinobi in this anime, it just reminds me of the video game Revenge of Shinobi. So yeah. But this one, for others to know, this is not based on a manga series. It's based on a series of video games of the same name. And this one is called Senran Kagura Ninja Flash. So Senran Kagura Ninja Flash. Well, it's based on a series of video games, and it has a lot of video game series. And yeah, it's based on a manga, but it's only about 5 issues, I think. 5 volumes, I think. I could be wrong though, but there's not 5 issues. The 5 manga series of the franchise, yeah. So yeah, there's not only a manga series and mostly a video game series. But Samurai Kagura Ninja Flash. For the anime, it was released for this one 2013. Yeah, it was released in 2013. Now, like I said, I think I had some fun. I had some fun with the show. You know, if you want to see good-looking anime girls as ninjas, probably you could say that though. But I do like the series. I had some fun with it. And back here, this is from the creators Iki Toshin and Freezing. I have not seen Iki Toshin, but Freezing I do have. I got that a while back on an anime update, DVD update, also. But it's as simple as the story as it is. There are 5 girls who go to Hanzu Academy. 5 of them are trained to be shinobis, ninjas, and they put the term yin and yang come in, so they're good ninjas, and then there's the evil ninja, as you could say. The evil ninjas called what was it? Hibachi, I think it was who called Hibachi a cat. I forget the name. It's the other one. It's trained for evil ninja. So yin and yang, which the term is, and first for our good ninjas, which in the episode there shows how they all met. So yeah, the two students have been there the longest. You got Katsurari, who is her here. And which is she's voiced by in the English dub she's voiced by Brittany Karbowski, which I know I've heard her voice in other animes. Well, one is one's specifically what was it Yamada's First Time, and I know she's been voiced in other animes as well. So I'm just looking up, as I know I've heard her voice in other ones as well. Otherwise, I'm not. Otherwise, when I do other animes later on, I'm like, oh, that's right, that's her from other voices as well. I think I recall Heaven's Lost Property as well. This is just. Yeah, that's right. Heaven, that's the one I'm mostly. So there was one called with Yamada's first time, and then there's mainly Heaven's Lost Property. Heaven's Lost Property, where she voices Icarus, and also she voices Migi in Parasite Maximum. So those are the ones I mostly remember from. So yeah, she voices Katsurari, and then they get the other students. You got Hibari, who is this one right here, kind, but out of all the five, she's like the least, physical, because more fighting, because she's always depending on her friend here, which they're like very close together. These two are very close, kind of like say treat each other like sisters, basically. And with her name is Hikage, and then you got Ikaria, who is probably misspelled some of these names wrong, but tried my best though. But who's her right here? Who is also voiced by Alexis Tipton, who voiced another ones I mentioned. Sorry. Alexis Tipton, who voiced mostly voicing Mocha from Rosario Vampire. I know and I said probably aforementioned that probably she's voiced in other ones as well. But I mostly remember for voicing Mocha from Rosario Vampire. And then you got Asuka, who is our main character here. Who she's more well known because she is the granddaughter of the legendary shinobi Hanzo, which is the academy's named after, Hanzo Academy. And so she wants to make him proud to be the best shinobi she can. And they get their master Kiriya Sensei training them, and which he has a habit of appearing with popping in and out while using smoke bombs. And you got this this narrator narrating throughout the whole series on certain aspects, how the different ways of shinobi and techniques and all that stuff, including even there's a little fourth wall breaking as well. By the end, we mentioned something like this by the end of this episode, or for us the audience, especially for the guys, for how the girls are angled is good for panty shots and all that stuff. So there's fourth wall break and stuff like that by the narrator. But all five of these are training to be shinobis, and until one leads to another, these girls are met with other girls from rival ones called I forgot Hibijo. I think it was called Hibijo Academy, which is trains for evil ninjas, and which they all also have a sensei, a woman training them as well, which I kind of figured out who the sensei who's training the evil ninja girls, because before they mentioned that Kiriya Sensei had a student training by the name of Rin, and which supposedly when she failed a mission, she supposedly died. And I kind of figured, okay, she's the one that's training the evil ninja because she has purple hair, and the one who's wearing, even though she's wearing a mask kind of hide her face, but you see she has purple hair. It's okay, I thought she's the one who's that's Rin, who's the sensei to the five evil ninjas. So that's a kind of a giveaway that I kind of knew that she was the one that was training the evil ninjas. But the other ones, like each like all the good and good and evil ninjas, which is kind of like a generic, good, evil, but it's like same thing with yin and yang, yin and yang, polar opposites. Each one has their own little backstory, which started with Kazura. Let's say I mispronounced the name though, but like she like wanted to become one shinobi, but like her parents kind of left her because they failed a mission, and it's like the law of shinobi. Like don't want to deal with. They deal with it on their own, but they don't want anything to happen with their daughter, so they kind of left her so they could be punished, so that she remains unpunished. So she had to fight her way to be the best that she can. So that's why for her parents. And with certain names like her. I'm gonna mention her. She more in depth on her backstory is that she was adopted to this very wealthy man, a wealthy family, and the reason he adopted her was to keep for the bloodline of the shinobi. So he gave her this family heirloom sword, shinobi sword, entrusted to her, because his son could not live up to be a shinobi, and so he said he entrusted the sword to her. And now the son, he gets pissed, he gets sour because he didn't get the sword, and it was passed over to another one, passed it to the adopted one. He calls her, "You're not my sister, you're not blood," and all that stuff. So kind of give that, into it. And like in the third episode, he sneaks into her room to try to get the sword, but she gets the drop on him. So, I wish I went a little more on that though. But they had, like I said, this is only 12 episodes long. So, but yeah, so he was pissed, but she didn't want any of that. So that's why she. Because there's also another story, there's an episode where how all these girls first came to the Hanzo Academy, which they get explained in flashback, most of it. And don't get really much about the backstory, what was their backstories on these two here. All I know is that they were very close. Oh wait, well, you do say that with her, there's a minute flashback where she also had a sister with the kind of died in kind of like a traffic accident, they say, and she looks to Hibari, that's her name, Hibari, as become very close, like sisters, basically, almost basically like inseparable. So yeah, so they kind of treat each other like they're sisters, and she's always protecting her. So, but Hibari, she doesn't. Not the physical type of fighting, even though she has like some certain abilities, like be able to sense something, or you can say like sort of like Spartans, but she can sense something like the first opening, like when our group here got in a fight with what turns out to be puppets. Like she was able to sense those were puppets, so she has like a sense of that way, But otherwise, for physical fighting, she's sad to say Hibari, she's kind of useless. Because her friend is always protecting her, and she's not the type always like either running away or it's like screaming, "Oh, please help me," like that, So I would kind of say she was like the most useless one though. Although she should be strong enough when she conjures up her summoning animal. Super secret ninja art is like when they summon the animal that chooses them. Like she can summon a bunny. That's the most destructive thing, most powerful thing she can do. And the other ones, each one has the power to summon up other animals. Like with her friend, she has a fascination with squid, so she can summon up a squid. And Katsurari, she summons a dragon. Asuka, like her family's ones that is frogs. Like she's afraid of frogs, but eventually Ikaria, makes him like, overcome her fears, and she can sum up like this phoenix as well. And when they were in the first episode, when they get fight with these puppets, and they sense it's supposed to be from the Hibocho Academy. I think I keep forgetting how to say the name, for the School of the Evil Ninja, and for the five ones, like let's say the leader one, what she was supposed to. Well, she met Asuka on the boat, and supposedly she's looking for her friends, but she was there to supposedly kill her, to say, Asuka. But due to her clumsiness, she thinks that, oh, this is the granddaughter of Hanzo. She's useless. And at one point where they infiltrate their secret hideout at the Hanzo Academy, and where they conjure up like it's a type of barrier where it's kind of like in Doctor Strange, where the mirror dimension, you can't affect the real world in here. It's kind of like what's it called, a Kagai barrier, where they're inside, which they're like not in the real world, but it's like where no one can see them fight and all that stuff. So like the Kiya Sensei's outside, and each one is fighting each one of the five ninjas, and the good ninjas, they get their butts kicked, though, because the evil ninjas, their mission there was not to kill them. They're just there to test out their strengths, so. And because that they felt they've been let down, this happened, so they undergo more training, like one point where they go hiking. Each one is separate, where they each dealt with a different type of a hazardous thing while hiking, and get to the top of this mountain where there's a scroll up there, and the scroll will choose them as the chosen one. So eventually they get up there. They get there's one they come across this one other student named Dagachin. God dang. It's just a lot of animes. I can easily say the names, but when it comes to this one, most of the names I can barely say. So sorry for that. But like the easy ones like Hibari and Asuka are easy to remember for me to say, so I'm sorry if I keep mispronouncing some of the names. But she's also another student of Kiya Sensei, and eventually Asuka, she's the one who is chosen by the scroll. So, and inside the scroll, it's basically what her grandfather said before she left. It's like between the sword and the shield, basically. And then one thing leads to another. Is like another episode where is how each of the five students came to Hanzo Academy, when like the first two ones, like Katsura and Ikaria, I forget what's their name. Like originally those two didn't get along, but eventually they came around, became friends, and then Asuka arrived next, and then Hibari and her other friend came as well. So, and with the evil ninja, their school, their sensei, which, well, I probably said that I suspect that she will. Well, they said she was originally a good ninja, which kind of knew that because it showed Kiya Sensei keeps having images of his former student, which she supposedly died during a mission because she wanted to become a super ninja, which he probably put together there, because when they were training on Shinobi Island, she came across on a beam in the ceiling where it said, "Hang in there, super ninja or bust." She suspected that her name is Rin, wrote that on there because she wanted to become a super ninja. And now that she came to visit, well, I'm getting ahead of myself here, because one thing is that Hibari, she got a little mind control because one of the evil ninjas gave her this earring, which is like a little mind control, and which she used her to steal the the secret ninja scroll. And now that Hibari feels terrible about that, because the one evil ninja gave her invited her to come to the academy to be for the evil ninja. So she planned to get the scroll back. So she goes over there, thinking that she's gonna be with it as an evil ninja, which they first suspect that they're skeptical, like, oh, you're here to be a spy and all that. And the one that invited her, she like shows her around the place, like how their training is much more grueling and how they are at Hanzo Academy. You know, like survival of the fittest, basically. But eventually, like, because she overhears that their sensei betrayed them because she gave Kiriya Sensei, her former teacher, the map to their place. So they have so Hanzo Academy students have to carefully plan how to get there. You know, try to pull a surprise attack, basically. And Hibari gets caught. She gets put in a cell along with Rin. And the headmaster above, who was in charge of the whole evil ninja school, because he wants, basically his plan, he wants to bring the two secret ninja art scrolls together, yin and yang together. And one thing leads to another is that all the good ninjas, they get there, they fight. Then the headmaster of the school gives the five evil ninjas called the yoke technique, which is like, even they'll die if they are defeated in battle, which they think they won't. But that's what it was called. Which is a forbidden technique, and each one of them is fighting like they were before, but eventually overcame them. The good ninjas overcame them. And eventually they work together. The two groups work together because the headmaster, the guy, basically didn't give a crap about them anyway. But he wanted to take the two scrolls for himself to become powerful. Which he mentions his superiors, which I wonder who his superiors are. Some more people like the behind the scenes. So doesn't really full explain because he mentions his superiors, so we'll never know who they are. So, but eventually, it's like the two ones he chose is one is Asuka, because she was already chosen to be for the secret of the scroll. So, and here her name, the one she fought earlier. So they get pulled into this Kekai barrier. They fight the guy in his super ninja armor with this giant serpent. And both sides of the evil and good ninjas, the rest of them are outside. They use what Hibari used before to talk to them through the Kekai. So all of them come together to bring them out of it to defeat the guy. But he set the place to self-destruct, and said let him. He says, "Let me go, and I'll release the yoke technique." But Rin, she does a self-sacrifice, which Katie says, like, goes, "No, Rin." So, yeah, of course. But she does the self-sacrifice, brings that guy down with him into the flame, so they both die. And while the remaining 5 evil ninjas, they help the other girls of the students of the academy out of there. And then sometime later, they find out that through the ashes that they never found them, so they assume that they're still alive. And while all the girls are there for their summer break. So yeah, I used to say I still have fun with the show. I do like the characters of all 5 of these. Although probably still say, oh, there's not much about them though, but I do like them, each of them. Although yeah, there probably consider the funniest thing in the show, if anyone has ever seen this, like how Katsuhira is always groping Asuka, because she's always like, you can say she's the perverted one of the group because she's always groping Asuka's big boobies, you can say. But yeah, you can see that. You see that throughout the show. He's always he's like, oh, look at these, But like I said, it's also more on the fan service, like how they transform, like into their like ninja transformation and all that, and you see them in their bikinis, like all that. So it's probably fun, good eye candy for us guys to watch, seeing all these hot ninja girls fight. And but I do like the characters anyway. For wherever they're fighting, action sequences, I thought it was pretty fun as well. I thought so. It was fun to watch the action. It's well animated, like how the remaining ones I mentioned. It's well animated. The score, for one particular score, I do like. I was playing throughout the series. It's like, well, it starts like do 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 do. I'm butchering up the one, but it's like do 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 do. Like if I play the music, probably get copyright for it, but I do like that one piece of music, the score specifically. So, but I do like, but that one piece of music, the score, I do enjoy, but I do like the rest of the music as well. When the action gets going, it comes to like tense. When the action gets going, you get the fun chemistry between all 5 characters. How they're all like they're one big family and sisters, or how you want to call it. They care for each other. They're a team. But for the most part, yeah. Senran Kagura Ninja Flash. I thought it's worth a look. If anyone's interested in seeing ninja girls kicking the butt, you can say it's your kind of anime. But I do like the show. Like I said, other ones get past the fan service and look for in story and characters, mostly the main thing. So, and there's OVAs as well though, but it's not included on this DVD because it's released by Funimation, which I do have a lot by Funimation. And they do a good job on certain things, but a lot of ones they don't contain OVAs. Which why? Well, I guess due to rights issues with Funimation, they did not include the OVAs, which is too bad. I would like to see the OVAs, unless there's other volumes I can get though it has the OVAs, but I don't want to waste my time and money just for the OVAs. But I'd like to see the OVAs, but. But for there's no second season, but it's only for 12 episodes. And I never played the video game series, so can't say much about it, or the manga series. But for the anime itself, I do like the anime. So, but is anyone not seeing Senran Kagura Ninja Flash? Give it a watch. But yeah, and of course I say as for the voice cast, mostly for the English dub I like, because mostly the ones I remember from are especially two main ones I mentioned from voice and other animes I probably reviewed here. So yeah, but I didn't get much details on I didn't get much of the details on the background of the other, like the evil ninjas, because I don't be too much going to each and every one of them, so I don't want to go too long on that. So I just focus on whatever I had, because like you get most of the backstories for these 3 here, but not much on these 2 here, so. But I didn't get too much on the background for each on the evil ninjas, because that would take too much time for me to keep on explaining. So, but yeah. But that's my anime review for Senran Kagura Ninja Flash. I admit I had fun with this one. But thanks for watching, and stay tuned on the next anime review. If you're wondering, I gotta wipe my nose now because of my sneeze. It makes my nose runny. So I do apologize for that. But thanks for watching, and stay tuned on the next anime review. Later.